Well, it was good. It was a good, hard-fought game, and I'm so glad we got a win, especially our first win and the first game in 8 months. So it was really good. It was good for our returners and for our new people as well.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the first game in 8 months. Obviously, last year ends the way it does. And were you like? Did you have nerves going into this game? I'm sure the players had enough for themselves. But how did you feel going into this game?
Well, I was a little nervous, but I still trusted them, and I knew that we had a lot of depth and all that. I just didn't know of how they were going to react on the court. So, and they, we started slow, but they came around.
Um, Jeter picks up right where he leaves off, especially after being named preseason player of the year for the conference. She makes a statement today with 24. Describe how her game has changed, how she's altered herself at all over the summer.
She has, and she's worked on a lot of things this summer. Obviously, her different moves. But the thing I like about her is her leadership, and she's getting other people involved. And she had 4 assists. I think she could have had more, but she's looking for her teammates. We've got that extra pass going, so it's been nice.
ECU last year, one of the best defensive teams in the country. Obviously without Monk today, but still as a team they're pretty good defensively. You put up 89 points on them here today. Does that get you a little excited that you guys might be able to do it? But I'm sure you got to keep building.
Well, the thing about them is obviously they're a very athletic team and very tough, and they score in their defense where they trap and move really quick. I'm pleased that we maintain our composure, especially when it counted, and we weren't sped up. And we talked about that this week. So I mean, they're a great team. They turn people over like I don't know what, and we came out on top.
On the flip side, you do give up 81. Defensively, I know you're not pleased with that.
Right.
What kind of changes do you put in, or is it too early to really say, is this the way we are? How do you kind of diagnose that?
Well, it's our first game. And then you can see in the starting lineup, we've got some different kids that aren't used to being on the floor that much. And so I think it's just some getting used to. I think we're going to be fine. I think they're going to find each other, and it's going to be smoother. And I like what I see.
Aleah Nelson, she was great.
Yeah.
5 assists. Probably could have had more if you include a hockey assist. Give her an extra pass in there. Scored the basketball as well. What's her role? I mean, she said it herself just now a minute ago. She's a pass first point guard, but she's clearly scored the basketball. What are you looking from her when she's on the court?
Well, she's got a lot of energy, and she doesn't back down. She is tough. And, I kind of push her a little bit harder than everybody else because she wants that. And I know that she's going to rise to the occasion for anything that I tell her. And she's very, very tough. She understands the game, and she's a great leader on the floor. And a great compliment to Melo Jeter.
Having so many new players being the first game of the year, how set are you in your rotation or even your starting lineup? Are we going to see a lot of shuffling? Or I mean, a lot of people played today, and a lot of people played a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
See a lot of that. As
We're still working on that, and they're doing a great job in practice, and we see how it goes. The good thing is that they've been able to all play together in the last week or so, so we're just feeling some things out with the starting lineup.
And you mentioned you guys had a slow start in the first quarter. You guys turned around and put up nearly 40 points in the second. I mean, whatever you guys told them, it seemed to work. So how does it feel? How does it make you feel knowing that your team is so receptive to suggestions or improvement on their game?
Yeah, well, the one thing is obviously to keep their head up, that we're in it, and not to be shaken because we're a very deep team, and so we could come back. I know we had a lot of fouls, but they battled back.
you move forward with so many questions scheduling-wise, you know who you'll play, you might not know who you're going to play.
Right.
What challenges does that present for you and the staff? I mean, you look at what happened up in Bubbleville with so many
Yeah.
and so much shuffling. How do you prepare where it could be literally anybody any day at this point, and it might leapfrog who you
Right. It's been tough, and that's probably the biggest thing. I didn't know it was going to be this tough. Yesterday, we scrambled for 3 hours to find an opponent for next week because we had to cancel our game, and it's been tough. I mean, we were calling Louisville and everybody trying to get a game, and I think it's going to be like that for the next month or so, and we have to plan for it. So it's hard to scout. Coach Curley has flipped a scout already, so It's tough, and it's tough. I want them to be able to play, but I want us to be safe too.
And from the player standpoint, how do you think they're handling it mindset-wise?
Well, they've been good because we found another game. It might have been different if they said, "Oh man," but we're trying to, get their mentals right because obviously these kids want to play and they've been practicing hard and, we laid off for 8 months. And so you can see the chemistry on the court and they really, really get along well. So they want to win. And, we got to play some games to do that.
So first, just talk about it must have been really good to be back the way last year ended and just to be back on the court playing a college basketball game. Just how did it feel being out there?
It felt great. I think we came out aggressive in the beginning. We had a little couple drop-offs in the second half, but we haven't played since early March, and it feels great to be back.
It's interesting you say we haven't played since March. This is a whole new cast though as well for you. How did it feel being out there with your new teammates and adjusting to playing your first game with your new teammates?
It felt good. Everybody's still trying to get play their role. I know Sky, she's kind of timid a little bit. T-Mac did a great job. Aleah did a great job. Everyone scored today, and everybody did a great job. So we just got to keep building.
Yeah, tell me about Aleah Nelson. It looked like you really enjoyed playing with her. She was really spreading the ball out to everybody. Court vision was outstanding. How did it feel being out there with her?
Feel good. She's a great player. She's a great point guard. She's a great leader. She talks. She plays both sides of the court. So that's great to have a point guard who can play both sides, just like Q. Just basically bring a Q back. So it's great.
And then Aleah freshman. There was like a stretch there in that first half where you just kept feeding her. And she was rewarding it. And what about her? What do you see potential for her as she grows?
She has so much potential. She's young. She still have 3 years left. She's a great player with a lot of IQ. She's smart on the ball and off the ball, and she ran the floor, so she got rewarded for it.
And then for you, being kind of the only one left after Q and Ryan and Micaiah leave, this is your team now. And how did you feel in that new role? And you obviously came through with 24 points. How did you feel adjusting to that, kind of being the only one out there? I know you said there's a bunch of people out there that were scoring, but it was a new cast.
I mean, like on the off season, me and the coaching staff talked about how I have to become more of a leader. Last year we had Ryan, Q, and Kai, as you said, but I'm the oldest on the team, and I'm the one that been here playing a lot more than everyone else, so to say. But just being a leader and keeping everyone together. This first game back, and we just got to keep pushing.
Aleah, this first game of the year, obviously a weird scenario, weird situation, but how did you feel being out there and then just your thoughts on the game today?
I thought it was a pretty good start. Of course, we have a lot of things to work on, but as our first game, almost putting up 90, granted we did give up 81 points, but just putting up 90, I thought we had a really great start. ECU is a great team. They come from a great conference, so I think that win right there really certified and gave us that extra oomph and that extra confidence to really go into the season.
Describe your court vision. It seemed like you had eyes in the back of your head today, throwing passes all over, really got everyone involved too. And as a point guard, how important is that for you to make sure you're getting teammates touches and getting the assists?
I think it's important because it makes it harder to guard. When you have 5 people that are looking to score, it makes it a lot harder to guard. It's like 5-on-5. It's not 4-on-5. But also, I got to give credit to my teammates for catching the pass. I mean, making the pass to me is pretty easy, but to catch the pass and then make the shot afterwards, that's all to my teammates. But it also comes from team chemistry. We spend a lot of time on the court just throwing the ball around, and then also off the court throwing the ball around, or just even being with each other, just having that chemistry. I have a lot of trust in them, and they also have a lot of trust in me.
ECU was returning all their starters, 11 players overall, and they were one of the best defensive teams in the country last year. What kind of challenges did that present to you in terms of distributing that ball and the way they got after it?
It was a lot of challenges. I'm not going to lie, it's a lot of challenges. They were very aggressive. They trapped a lot, so it was a lot of times where we had a lot of turnovers and stuff that when we were going on a run, they would go back on a run because of the turnovers. But it was very challenging trying to guard them, especially when they have 5 girls coming back who were starters and they already have that chemistry. And it's a lot of newcomers on this team, so it was just us trying to really get to know each other. But they had a really good game as well.
And then scoring the ball, you seem pretty comfortable doing that. I think you only missed 1 or 2 shots today from the floor. It looked like you were probably, out of everybody, the most comfortable on the floor today.
It's all credit to Coach Rich. I mean, she was telling me on the sideline, just keep shooting, keep shooting. Coach Zach, Coach Hill, Coach Curley, they all just gave me confidence to shoot. I'm not used to shooting. I'm a pass-first point guard, I would say myself. So it's different to score, but I'm liking it, and I'm a lot more confident.
Did you feel any pressure coming in? Because there was such a high standard set for the point guard position in this program for the past 2 years. Did you feel any pressure to kind of have a really, really good first game?
Honestly, no. I know that from previous years, I have to come from like what Q did. I know she led an leading assist, so that's really hard, especially since I'm a pass-first point guard. But I know she gave me a lot of tips coming into the season. But pressure-wise, I wouldn't think so. I just like to have fun and play on the court, and especially playing with Melo or Kiana Jeter. Especially playing with Kiana Jeter, I think it just makes it a lot more comfortable to know that I have somebody who's most likely going to go to the WNBA draft 2021, so I think that makes it a lot more comfortable for me to play on the court with her.